Oh, no.
Look at me and try and ignore the fact that the camera's there as much as you can.
Each session will run for 2 hours. It should be 45 minutes in the classroom, a quick sort of something to eat and change, and then out in the drill yard or in the bays or wherever to do the physical side of it.
In my year group at the moment I've got 186 students. From them I've selected 12 based on certain things that are going on maybe in school, maybe at home, low self-confidence, low self-esteem, maybe lacking a bit of motivation and need a bit of support. So this is very much the students that I've selected don't hang around with each other, they don't really know each other, so everything they do together is going to be building up a relationship and moving away from their normal groups and learning about other people in their year group as well.
The first session is purely about the fire service, so we're going to let them set their own rules for the course. It would be if they say we don't want people to talk badly to each other or we want to be treated with respect and so on. So they'll set their own rules that we'll abide by for the course. They'll be issued all their kit, so they'll have their own fire kit with helmet and leggings and stuff. And then it will be a case of coming out and just doing complete team building exercises.
Right, follow me guys.
So we're demonstrating guideline drills. In the fire service we need to use guidelines for complex layout buildings, and it's a case of a way of getting to the scene of operations. So this is them using their communication skills, following a line, working as a team and passing that information to each other and making sure that they all know to go up or under, ensuring that they work together, they stay together and they don't just wander off, and it's just bringing them together really.
That was very tiring and very hard because we need to communicate with a lot of people.
Even from the little things they've done today to start with, you can see them building and growing and talking and communicating to people that they've never even spoke to before, which is great to see. And people taking control that I would never expect in my year group, who've stood up today and said, right, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, which is fantastic.
Tiring.
It's called Farm to Fork, so it's part of Tesco's Eat Happy project. We are teaching all the children about food and nutrition in Tesco stores and how best to get it into their systems, what to eat, what not to eat, and how their food goes from being on their plates to how it gets there.
So today what they're going to do is they're going to make some bread. We've already made the dough, so all they have to do is just make what they want. It can be either a plat or rolls, and then while we're walking around the store they will prove the bread, and then it will go into the oven. So by the time the 2 hours is finished, the bread will be ready to take home with them.
Oh, Luke's gone all over me.
What? I don't know what I've done.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't his legs need to come out?
We'll go around the bakery and show them all the machinery where they make like the French sticks or the loaves, and then we'll go through the prover because they'll be finished by then, and then we go on to the packing and the slicing. We're going to the fish counter, the cheese counter and the meat counter. And when we get to the fish, if they have any questions about fish or what sort of fish is the best or whatever, then we will do that. And then we'll go to the meat and the cheese counter where they have things to try.
Let's try a bit, let's try a bit. Miss, watch when you swallow it. That's a kick. Oh, that makes your toes hurt.
And then we'll go down to produce and we'll do stuff down produce. So by the time they come back, it will be literally 2 hours. We're also going to make some fruit skewers. So it's healthy, and which is what the fireman wants. So that's what we're going to do.
How do you swallow that? Before you eat it.
Having had young children myself, it is good that we can educate our children and they understand the importance of healthy eating, an active life, and that the good old traditional where food comes from, really.
Another one.
So here's the thing. Most of the foods that are around you probably don't know about.
Mike approached and said, would we like to get involved? And it just tied in with what we do as a business as well. So it made perfect sense that we both got involved. So pleased to be helping.
We've been going into freezers, which is very cold.
I've been burning my tongue.
Making bread. Me and Morgan looking at how to make bread and like cook it.
We burnt our throat, remember, didn't we?
Yeah, we burnt our throat.
We had this really hot
Tasting exotic fruits.
Eating bread. It's cheese and tiger loaf. It's going to taste the best ever.
I love Farm to Fork. I love interacting with all the children. You get to see all their faces when we get to make bread like we do now. We show them chillers. We get to touch the fish sometimes. We absolutely love doing it. And it's a very popular thing. So I think we've had almost 1 million children throughout the company, not just our store. It's a huge, huge project and one that we're very proud to be a part of.
The plan today is to introduce the kids to a little bit of physical activity. The weather's perfect, nice sunshine. We hope they will enjoy it. I'm sure they will.
It wasn't so long ago that I was actually doing some of that stuff myself for the first time, so it's good to see others picking it up and it's good to see others enjoying it.
We're utilising fire service equipment. We're going to get them to move the equipment from one end of the yard to the other. Also, we're going to set up a little bit of a memory game for them where we've got certain items of equipment set up. We want them to deassemble them and then reassemble them the other side. It's more of an introduction into the kit and equipment that we use as well. It's all part of them building and working as part of the team as well.
Beat it by nearly a minute. Yeah, smashed it.
How you call me watch? Because I'm a watch commander.
I'm going to break them down into 2 watches. One watch will work with me and the other watch will be with Watch Commander Robinson, where he's going to teach them numbering off and hose running drills as well.
That's flushed. Okay. People are doing a communications exercise using fire service handheld radios. So we basically split them up into teams, and we've got a sending team and a receiving team. So one team is actually building a model or shape using Lego, and the other team, that's been communicated to them.
Correct.
Blue block on top of the 2 yellow. Over.
This is completely different.
Yeah.
Very shortly we'll be going out on the yard, they'll be putting their full fire kit on, and we'll be running out hoses, and hopefully this week we'll be getting to the stage where they're actually squirting water, which is a bit of a goal for some of them. They can't wait to start squirting that water.
Who's looking forward to getting wet?
Me!
Today I am teaching a session with the children. It's based on self-esteem, and we're going to give the children some tips on self-esteem and some techniques to maybe improve their behaviour, their breathing, etc. if they ever felt anxious or stressed. So just useful skills for the children to develop.
I personally teach a couple of them in PE as well as having 2 of them in my form. So it's quite interesting seeing the difference in their personalities and what they're kind of like outside of school, etc. So yeah, it's really, really good. Riley, who's in my form, he's a character anyway. But just seeing how what he thinks is positive, what he thinks are one of his strengths. Because obviously with a form of 30 plus, it's hard to have that one-on-one time with them all.
We've got some interesting thought-provoking videos for them. And later on they're going to learn those breathing techniques. So I'm going to model some, they'll watch a video, and hopefully they'll go away having learnt some to do it physically, just in case they ever wanted to use it. And that kind of leads into what the children are going to do later, doing their physical teamwork exercises.
They are learning a drill called an H drill, where they'll be connecting hoses to the fire engine and then demonstrating spraying water and all that kind of stuff. But that's the fun bit, although it teaches team building skills, communication, problem solving, that kind of thing. That's why we do it.
So they started on a squad line, number off. They then, for the first time, actually got to get into a fire truck, blue lights, drove around into the yard with the sirens going, so they were quite excited in the back for that one. They've improved so much from start. We had children that couldn't even lift their chin off their chest. They were so just worried about everything, didn't know what to say to people, how to talk to people. They're leaving you tonight, high-fiving you, talking about what they're going to do this week. And it's just brilliant, really, really, really great.
We've been invited along kindly to show the group of children who have been in the HOT campaign cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR. And also we've given them an insight on what an AED does, the external defibrillator. Important skills which all children should be taught are basic first aid, CPR and how to operate an AED. They've all had a practice, they were all brilliant for what they had done. There's kids out there that should be doing these sort of courses which are run by the fire service in conjunction with the ambulance service and major retailers within the county. Today they were using what they call the resusciani, their own hands basically in mouth here, and they've also used the external defibrillator, which I explained to them.
I did this for real 2 days ago. And it's got to be for real. Someone was dying.
They've all done well. They've all received certificates for their achievement today, and they were all well deserved because all 12 actually did hands-on.
Had some instruction that led into some time to practice the final drills. Parents and guardians and many other dignitaries have come to watch them passing out, and they got to ride in a fire engine, and they've run out lots of hose, they've numbered off, they've drilled, and they really gave a fantastic performance, of which I'm very, very proud of each and every one of them standing there doing what they've done in front of such a large audience.
Squad, from right to left, number!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Squad, in crews of 6, number!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Squad, crews, number!
1, 2.
Number 1 and number 2 crew. Do your duties. Fall out!
We noticed that he's coming out of himself. He's thoroughly enjoyed it.
I don't know about the school. When they come home, they're a little bit more confident in themselves.
His leadership skills have come out massively.
Working closely with Caroline, she selected 12 children for different reasons, all that could benefit from what we've been doing over the last 6 weeks. And I think she selected 12 of the best, personally.
Got it.
Doing well. Everyone's watching you. Spot on. You're doing really well. Keep it going.
Don't rush, buddy. You're doing brilliant. Just take your time. Well done. That's it. Well done.
Jump! Go on. Right. Stretch! Look that way. Look that way. Not at me. Right. Eyes. Front. Go on. From right to left. Number!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Go on. Keep cruising 6. Number!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cruise number!
1, 2. Drill complete, August Stone. Drill complete, August Stone.
Carry on. What you stood out, just like to say, how very proud I am of all the effort you put in the 2023 season. Number 1 and number 2, through. Turning right, this, big.
I know they're already going to miss it. They said today they can't believe it's the last one, and how much they still want to do it and everything. So, but in the long term, if you've seen a change in them already, hopefully they've got friends for life now from the people they've met through the course, and then hopefully their behaviour continues to improve and their confidence and everything else.
The kids were superb actually in terms of how they worked together. You notice that every single time they finished a job, they would help each other, and that's what the fire service is all about. It's about teamwork, it's about aspiration, it's about doing things together, helping out in the community.
To see them in this kind of light is what you need, and you understand their lives a bit more and what's going on and their friendships and their issues and stuff as well. It's been amazing. So if you've seen them from the first day when they all sat down, they didn't really know each other, to now if you just see when we had a big birthday cake, they're such a group and they're bonding so well. So kids didn't speak to each other, they're now hanging around in school together, they now come down here, they work together, and even the journey on the way down here, everyone's talking to everyone else.
So we're really proud of what the crews have done here. They've worked really well with the community, they've worked tirelessly, they've developed something which is new, something which is fresh, something which really helps the local schools, the local children. They've also built something which can be packaged up and used for other fire and rescue services, hopefully across the country.
What we've got here in terms of the expertise of the men and women in the fire service and the assets, to improve people's lives in the community. Not about rescuing them from fires and cutting them out of cars, well, that's a very important part of it. It's much wider than that, and this particular course in terms of the healthy lifestyle, exercise, sort of things like that, I think is a classic example of where firefighters' roles can be expanded to be something much more than what was seen as a typical firefighter 5 years ago.
One of the things is actually, when you look at all the fire stations across the county, they are actually the community's fire stations, and they're our fire stations, and they're community assets designed for the community to use. And we see this programme as something that we can roll out right across the county, right across Buckinghamshire and Milton Keynes, and get all the fire and rescue services interested in it as well.
At the start, we could hardly get some of them to speak at all, and others had behavioural problems. But now they're a team, they're almost like a family. The teachers say that they're walking around school together. Like a small family, everyone's asking them about the programme that they've been on, and they're looking out for each other. And I've certainly seen that once they've been drilling together. Originally they were just a bunch of individuals, now they're working as a team. It's excellent to see. So I'm very, very proud of each and every one, and I hope that their parents have seen a difference, and I hope their teachers have seen a difference, because we certainly have here in the fire service.
The students in front of you are selected for different reasons. So they weren't in friendship groups, they didn't know each other. I know a couple of them kind of knew each other's names, but as a team, and I'm going to speak to you guys now, you guys have come on so much, and as you're ahead a year, I couldn't be proud of the 12 people sat in front of me.
Just listening to some of the comments, to hear children say, what's the best bit? I learned how to save a life. It's quite a remarkable thing. And you should all be justly proud of every single thing that you've done over the last 6 weeks.
If you'd seen the change, so from day one when they came and they sat down and they didn't speak, to tonight where they're all helping each other, they're supporting each other in every single element of what they're doing.
So actually, I'll say to everybody who sat here, you can achieve anything you want to achieve. And that's the type of service that we operate here, actually.
Far be it from me to tell any of you parents or guardians to be proud of these young people. But if you're not, for whatever reason, please be very proud of them. They've worked tremendously hard over this last 6 weeks, and I'm sure the teaching staff from school will tell you that they've seen a change in them, and I hope you've seen a change in them at home, but we certainly have from here.
I feel personally like we're a little family now, and I'm going to miss it actually on a Wednesday, and I'm going to miss having these guys with me, because every week they come with the stories of things that have happened and how they've progressed and how well they're doing in school. From some students that behaviour issues were coming on my radar kind of 6 weeks ago, to now they're at the top of my ladder and they're absolutely outstanding. To students that didn't have much confidence, I now see you in school walking around helping people you don't know, supporting people in this group, and do you know what, actually standing there and having an opinion, which I find absolutely amazing. So I could be prouder, and I know people have said about tears in their eyes, and I felt like a proud mum watching everyone out there performing, and I know at home from feedback I've had from parents as well about how well they're doing and the changes that you guys have seen.
You can all achieve whatever you want to achieve, okay? And you've learned that in these last 6 weeks now. You're all capable of achieving what you want to.
You're getting emotional.
I am.
You're making him cry.
This has, and I will say it to anyone that asks me, this has been such a positive experience, not only for myself and for these guys, but for every single one of those individuals, and it's a different route they can now go down as well, and a different career path they can now take. So thank you to everyone involved from the bottom line.
We hope to inspire these children over the course of this programme, and I have to admit, they've inspired me a lot, a real lot.
There you go, see? Take over.